everyone. Before I talk about stuff that has been weighing on my mind, and it's frivolous stuff, you know, it's nothing serious, thank goodness. But before I talk about that, I just had a couple of items that I've got recently, new items of clothing. And one of them I'm wearing now, and I thought that I would back up, show you both of the outfits because they are new. And I know a lot of you, most of the time I reuse old clothing, but whenever I get anything new, I thought I would show you it because you can actually still get it at the moment. So this is the first outfit. It's just a really simple jumper. I'll show you some close-ups of this in a minute because it's got detailing on it, the way it's been knitted. But I also have put it with these coated jeans, and the heels are from the same place. And these are leather boots with a perspex pink heel. And the great thing about this, the heels, I don't know how they're looking on there, but they're not super high. They are actually very, very comfortable. I was wearing them a lot of the day yesterday when I went out. Normally I live in sneakers, but I was wearing them and they were absolutely so comfortable. The leather on them so soft, they're just brilliant. So yeah, that's just a look at this outfit. And then there is also a second outfit, which is this one, and this is just like a dress with some boots, and I really like them both. And I've put them with this bag, and I've left the labels on this because I've just filmed this bag because I like it, but I'm not sure. Do I keep it? Do I return it? I actually got it for a really good price on sale. I will link to this as well. This is really good. It was like £280 and it's leather lined and everything. You can get it in different colours and 2 different sizes, one bigger size than this. This is it close up. As you can see, what is that called? Cable knit. Yeah, I think it's called cable knit. It's just got plain sleeves, polo neck. Anyway, back to it. There are some really, really popular bags right now that I have had quite a lot of you asking me, are you going to get them? Because I know that you like the reviews about whether they're worth it or not. And you know, there are quite a few out at the moment, and I think you're going to be really surprised when I tell you that, yes, although they've been on my mind, not all of them, but like quite a few of them, I'm not going to buy them. And I have various reasons for it. The first one is the very popular Saint Laurent tote bag, which is, I've seen it in real life, it's absolutely huge. It's really big. When it first came out, I saw it a lot on social media, and I will not lie, it caught my eye so much. I love the way that it looks when it's styled, but, and I actually think that for the size of bag, the price is quite reasonable on it. Because it's about £3,000, and for a bag that size, you know, normally in this day and age, whenever you're looking at bags around 3k from other brands, you're looking at quite small bags. But for this, I think you get a lot of bag for your money. But the reason why I've gone against it and decided not to buy it is because I think, and please, if you own this bag, let me know. And this could just be a me thing, okay, but I think this bag would be really annoying to live with, because unless you've got a bag organizer in there, I would imagine that everything is going to get jumbled up together, and it's going to be really hard to like find your keys or pull out your phone. So I think you would need to have a bag organizer in there. But then I've actually seen one with a bag organizer, and you lose that slouchy shape of the bag as soon as you put the organizer in. And the beauty of that bag is the slouchy nature of it, that kind of real hobo. It's actually, you know, this bag to me feels quite 2010, 2012. It's the kind of shape bag that I used to carry back then. And this is another reason why I've not got it, because I had a bag, don't laugh, I had a bag that was this shape, not as big as this, but pretty big, because that was the fashion back then, and it was Juicy Couture, and it was like this leather bag. It was actually alright, you know, it didn't have a big logo on it, and it wasn't in the terry toweling, but wow, was that bag annoying. You know, if you tried to find anything in your bag, it was all rolling around the bottom of it. You couldn't put your hand on it, couldn't place it. It was really, really hard to just be organised. And that's one thing that I do like about bags in these kind of more recent days, is that they are a lot more structured, and you can just open the bag and you're like, great, there's my phone, there's my card holder, there's my keys. There's not all of this rummaging around. The second second, and I think you might be quite surprised to hear about this potentially, but it's the Dior 9522 bag. I went to see that on launch day a couple of weeks ago now. I will actually link to that vlog below because I got to get really up close and personal with that bag, and I was able to model it and try it on in the mirror and show you the inside and talk about prices. So I'll link to that video below in case you missed it. But do you know what? My thoughts on that bag are that it's gorgeous. It's very well made. The leather is beautiful. I love the refreshed design because it's meant to be a fusion of the Lady Dior in 2022, like, you know, styling, which is why it's called. So 1995 when the Lady Dior first came around, and 2022 when they updated it, that's where the name comes from. And I think Dior have got the pricing wrong on it. If you ask me, I think it's too expensive. The small version is £5,300. The medium is £5,600. This is from memory. It's definitely 5k plus. And then the large one's probably going to be around 6k. And when I looked at it, I thought this is a gorgeous bag, but I feel as though it's been overpriced. I feel like it's too much money for what it actually is. And one thing that I think is quite interesting about this bag as well is that they didn't have stock. You have to place your order, pay for the bag in full, and then the bag is made for you and posted to you from Paris. And it makes me wonder whether they're testing the water with that bag potentially, because if you look back at the Bobby bag, which is another bag that I wouldn't purchase, that bag, I was told at the time, did not sell very well. It was not very popular, and they had all of this stock of it. And so I wonder whether they looked at what happened with the Bobby bag and didn't want to make overstock and thought instead, let's test the water, see how many people are interested in it, and try and make it a bit more exclusive as well, because there is definitely an exclusivity about being told that you can't have it and that it's going to be made for you. But for me, whilst I love the bag, I actually, in hindsight, after thinking about it in quite some detail, I can't see myself buying it because I think it's really expensive. The next, and it pains me to say this, this is what I'm saying with the bags I'm mentioning. I love them all. I really like their styles. There's just various reasons I've got for not buying them. But it's bags from the Prada range that have got the crystals on them. Whenever I walk past Prada, I always stop and look at them. They are beautiful. There is not one style that those crystal bags come in. There is not one style I do not like. Whether it's the little bucket bag or the tote, or the Clio, I love every version of that bag. You know, the reissue with all crystallized on it, but I can't see myself ever buying because they are really expensive, and I actually think the prices are realistic based on the fact that someone's had to like stick all of those crystals on. I don't know whether it's done by human or by machine, probably by machine I would imagine, but who knows. So I don't think the prices are ridiculous. I think they reflect the brand and the workmanship on those bags. But for example, I really like the tote version, and that's now £4,000, and I wouldn't spend that money on that bag because I worry that the crystals are a trend and that eventually that trend will die out, and then I've got a really cute little bag, but it becomes very difficult to work in with an outfit. A bit like, you know, a lot of the bags from the year 2000s, you know, bags that I had in like 2009 and stuff, and they just don't work in today. They just don't quite work. They can be quite difficult to style in with an outfit, and I would worry that I would be left with a bag that is evening only. The next is the Fendi First, which is a bag that for me is not practical. It wouldn't be practical. I also don't love the styling of it. Whereas for me, I really like the peekaboo and I like the baguette, but that's just me. I mean, when I look at the bags that I've got in my collection, they're all really structured top handle bags or shoulder bags, and they're structured. They're not really that kind of dumpling bag shape. There is a bag from Fendi that I'm seriously considering, and it's the baguette bag, but I want it in the fabric, and I just keep putting it off because there are other things, more important things to spend money on right now than yet another bag, but it is one that I can see myself getting eventually. And then finally, Bottega. Bottega's another brand that I really like, but having owned one of their bags, I wouldn't buy any more. I have the Jodie bag, which I've shown you a million times before. It's a cute bag. I love the styling of it. I do think it's a trend bag without doubt, but I bought it on Louisa Via Roma and I had credits at the time, so actually the bag cost me about £580. It didn't cost me the full amount. Now it's edging towards 2k, and for me, that bag, I think that's too much money. Mine also has issues with the zip where it's really temperamental on opening and closing, so I end up, when I use the bag, I don't close it and then everything falls out. Literally things fall out because of the shape of the bag. So I wouldn't buy any more bags from Bottega. I think that for the price that their bags are, I feel that their bags are quite, I'm not sure if they've got longevity in them from the point of view of the styling of them. This has been a random video, hasn't it, with that little try-on bit at the beginning. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it, and please, if you own any of these bags, particularly the 9522 from Dior, let me know how you're getting on with it in the comments. I would really be interested to hear about how you're finding it, what you think of the price. Are you also looking at it? Do you think you'll get it? What do you think of the price? Do you think it's a fair price, or do you think it's a bit much? Because the Lady Dior is actually about 4k and the newer version is 5,300. So do you think that they've just priced it a little bit too much? Let me know what you think. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.